The COVID-19 crisis is highlighting the importance for paid family and medical leave. According to paid family and medical leave, only 21% of working people have access to paid family and medical leave through employers.
And they say 93% of low-wage working people report having no paid time off, reporting that 1 in 4 women actually go back to work within 2 weeks of having a baby. That is a lot of numbers to throw out at you, but they're really, really important. And here to add some clarity and some insight is Molly Day. She is the Executive Director for Paid Leave for the U.S. Molly, thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me, Claudia and Eric. It's a pleasure to be here.
Such important numbers, so let's just jump right in. And people may not be familiar because maybe they don't have this made available to them. What is paid family and medical leave?
Absolutely. So paid family and medical leave is a policy that would provide paid time to welcome a new baby, to care for an aging loved one, or even to care for yourself when you're recovering from a serious personal illness like cancer. And what a national paid leave policy would do is to ensure that no family is ever in the position to make a heart-wrenching decision between a paycheck or being there for a loved one in the moments that matter most.
So why is access to paid leave so important in the wake of the COVID-19 crisis?
Well, Eric, what we saw the last 18 months is that our caregiving system in this country is just fundamentally broken. And that really speaks to the fact that today only 2 in 10 Americans have any form of paid leave through their employer. Women, communities of color, low-wage working people, those are all groups that are disproportionately impacted and have very limited access to leave. Millions of people go back to work, still not having recovered from a serious illness, or as you mentioned, women go back to work 1 in 4, just 2 weeks after giving birth. So you see families making these decisions like a parent in the NICU. Do I go to work and make sure I can pay my bills, or can I be there at my child's bedside?
What are the benefits of having paid leave for businesses and then the economy?
Yeah, well, what we know is that paid leave is good for business. Paid leave policies help employers attract better talent. They help them retain workers. And really critically, especially as we're coming back from COVID, a national paid leave policy would enable small businesses to compete with the big guys. So this is a policy that's a cornerstone policy for us in ensuring that we can get employees back to work, get our economic engines revving as in the wake of the COVID crisis, and really ensure that our country is well positioned for future crises.
Talk to us about how this can benefit, especially women in the workforce. And we're talking about reducing poverty and creating economic opportunities for families.
Yeah, well, the reality in this country is that women are the caregivers. And we saw this very acutely during the crisis, the pandemic, where 2 million women were forced to leave the workforce, and this is largely due to caregiving demands. What this means is that fewer families are able to put bread on the table, whether they're single families or partners. And, we really can't afford as a society to have nearly half of the workforce not participate. Again, if we want to fill some of these jobs that are going unfilled today, we need to be able to get women in particular back to work. That's going to be what helps our economy start thriving again.
All right, Molly, great information there. Thank you so much. To learn more about the national campaign to win paid family and medical leave for every working person in the U.S., visit paidleave.us.